All right, we are live. We're going to be doing some Gamescope on Linux today. If you're unfamiliar with Gamescope, it's a microcompositor, which is just a fancy way of saying it essentially modifies the way games are launched and composited in your desktop, your Linux desktop. Steam's done a great job of doing this with the Steam Deck. And I wanted to bring this in. And there's a bunch of different ways you can utilize Gamescope. You can do it on a game per game basis. And one cool thing, like let's say on a tiling manager like this one, when I have these different windows open. And Gamescope will honor that. Where if I don't run Gamescope, it just kind of does what it wants. The game will. And that's something kind of cool. And then you can also do it instead of just doing per game. You can do it on Steam launch. And then you could also do it, maybe, I don't know. This is where we're workshopping a little bit, is maybe we can actually launch the window manager using Gamescope. What does that even do? Is that even possible? I don't know, but I'm here for it. So that's kind of the thought process here and kind of my thought process on Gamescope. I really kind of wanted to check and also like do some benchmarking on Gamescope as well. Does it actually improve performance? I don't know. How's it going in it? How are you doing, bud? Go to everybody. All right. Well, sweet. Also, a big change on the live stream front. I'm still doing multi-streaming to YouTube, but YouTube chat has been problematic, even with a bunch of moderators. It just sucks. It just moderating just kind of sucks in general on YouTube. So my solution is simple. If you want to chat on YouTube, you gotta be a member. But I'm not saying you can't chat on YouTube. What you can do is you can just use Chatterino and watch it on YouTube. That's cool too. So if you want to use this, it's just an IRC-based chat into Twitch. You got to use an API. But if you do like the YouTube experience and you want to chat, probably the best way is just to filter all the chat through Twitch. For the most part, except for members. I know most members on the YouTube side of things, those guys will be cool, or gals. They'll be cool, and I'm not worried about them. It's more of just all the other shenanigans that have happened in the past couple streams. So that's my solution to YouTube. Not the greatest, but it gives multi-streaming a shot while also allowing some YouTube chat to make it through. So that's the solution. Tux coins are back. Oh, yeah. Oh, well, what you can do as well, like let's say you don't want to do the video on Twitch, you could actually watch the video on YouTube and then just have Chatterino or another chat going in a separate window using IRC. So you could actually put up IRC in the terminal window like this, or you could just use Chatterino. It's an application. Actually, I haven't logged mine in. Let me log in real fast. And now we have this re-added. Okay. And we can just put this, let's say we want to put this over on 3. So then you get the chat. So then you could have your video up over here, like in another window, and have chat over on the side. So then you don't have to do the ads through Twitch, because I know Twitch ads suck. They're the worst. So RPG, thanks for the resub, man. And the super chat from Mab. Let's see. A solution to pay per sentence. Yeah, there's also a solution for that. If you wanted to pull that route as well. So yeah, that's the YouTube way. It's a good blend. At least I can still multi-stream, and then I don't have to worry about things. So it's all good. All right. So with that out of the way, we've got that, and I think we can probably try. I've been trying out some stuff. There's a couple games and things I've had. Oh yeah. Did you know you can get a Helldivers 2 refund? I saw something over the weekend with Helldivers 2 and the PlayStation forced login. Steam actually allowed people with like 100 hours to get refunds on Helldivers 2. I thought that was pretty funny. Good guy Steam at it again when publishers do really jacked up stuff. So I thought that was interesting. Helldivers 2 actually had some problems as well. Like, ooh. Who has the best revenue, YouTube or Twitch? Ooh, they're both kind of bad. One, I love doing this. I love messing around. But if we're here, I'll just pull it up. You guys can just see it from the horse's mouth. You tell me. This is how I make money. Let's go analytics. Let's go overview. I made the past month $300 on Twitch. Right? There we go. We got an average of 165 viewers. Thank you guys for watching. We have 128 subscriptions and we are making $303. Bam. Pretty legit. I haven't been streaming a whole lot. So there's this point of the revenue, but there's another side of the tail on YouTube. So this is the main channel. Let's switch over to Titus Tech Talk, where we chop up and redo the streams. So this one is a whole different beast. So I do the live stream on Twitch, I record it, then I edit out all the silence and add a nice little backing track with some ducking, and then I re-upload it over here on YouTube for $930. That's a pretty cool deal. So there's that. Now, during the live stream itself, there's some live chats that happen, so I might get a couple bucks here or there. So that's roughly $1,200 all said and done from live streaming per month. And yeah, I think that's pretty cool. I mean, obviously, there's self-employment tax and other stuff, so it's $1,200 all before taxes and things of that nature. But just to give you guys an idea, but it could scale. Like, there are people, like, if you grow, and let's say I was able to make it break through and get like 1,000 live viewers, you know, these numbers would be probably 10 times what they are. So there's a huge, you know, the ceiling's super high. So you can get up there. So if you're interested in live streaming, there you go. You don't make a bunch of money right out of the way, and if you can grind away for like 3 or 4 years and slowly increase that average viewer count, at one point you can hit like a critical mass. I've seen a couple tech streamers do this, and it's really crazy. Like, they'll make $10,000 or $20,000 in a month, which is crazy. That's like life-changing money. And the two I've seen break out like that would have been the Primogen and Pirate Software. Both of them, whew, they have more money than you know what to do with, kind of thing, from streaming. So they were the pioneers. And this is all within the last 12 months that's happened. Like, you go back 12 months, they were probably making what I'm making now. Or less. I think Pirate Software was actually less. I think he streamed for like 3 years to like about 100 viewers. So just depends if the algorithm gods bless you or not, and whether or not you're that entertaining. I'm not as entertaining as those guys, but I think as you hone your craft and you get better at doing what you're doing, it's a possibility, which is super cool. Hey. How much tech guys made from YouTube? I mean, I can answer all those questions if you guys are interested in it. I think it's interesting. I still do my day job. I'm just getting I'm just getting off of 5 days of moving. At my main job, my real job, we were moving our headquarters. So the headquarters were going, it's a high rise, and we're moving from the 8th floor to the 12th floor. So the past 5 days have been some long days, long, brutal days of moving servers, you know, tearing down a rack, doing a rack and stack in our new space, and then tons and tons of workspaces. And it's been a beating. It has been a beating for sure. So that's been my day job in the past thing. And that one, obviously, I'm not making that much money over there these days, but once upon a time, it was my main gig. But that move is pretty much done. They're operational, at least, to where my protege can take over completely. All right. Let's go and... Ooh, what are we going to do? I think we'll start with the Gamescope. And we'll start with Cyberpunk Benchmark. Now, we've done Mango HUD in the past. And what we're going to do is add into this Mango HUD, and we're going to add Gamescope in. But let's first start with an easy benchmark directly from Cyberpunk and see what we get when we add Gamescope in the mix. The big thing I want you to watch during the Cyberpunk launch is not the FPS. It's the frame times. We are using a custom kernel with different scheduling, so we get a little bit higher game FPS. But there is issues with frame times. If I remember correctly, I remember there's a couple little peaks. So up here at the top, you really want just a really steady graph like this when you're playing a game. You want a capped 60 frames, and then this just be as stable as could be. Now I'm gonna go ahead and leave the 60 frame cap in because there's no point in going over 60 frames. And other than just benching it, I kind of want to see what happens when we launch into the game itself. Gamescope is a micro compositor, so I think that's agnostic whether you want to use it on Wayland or if you want to use it on Xorg. You shouldn't. I don't believe we should have any issues with either. I could be wrong though. Like I said, that's why we kind of do this live stream, just to kind of workshop the idea, and could be a complete disaster. I don't know. Let's see what we get. Are you ready? Let's do it. Now I imagine most of these should be all capped at 60 frames throughout. Hopefully. You can launch GameStruck directly from the login manager, I believe, but I'm not 100% on that. All right, so we're dipping. Those frame times are looking awful. This is not what you want to see when doing a benchmark. Those FPSs, obviously we're not utilizing the full GPU because we are capping the FPS at 60, but it's not doing a very good job of doing the capping. If you look here, that is just a ton of jitter, which would be awful for gameplay. Yeah, Garbo FPS. And this is a 7800 XT, by the way. Not much. We'll pull up the actual system specs too after this. This is Arch Linux with a Xeon processor, a 7800 XT. We should be getting a solid 60 with just a flat line, and we are not. I don't really even care about the FPS drops that much. It's the frame time that I really hate here. So this is what we're getting. Minimum FPS, it dropped to 43. And this is kind of the timing. Not great. Not great. So let's exit. I'm going to go ahead and pull a uwufetch. I should switch this out to Fastfetch or uwufetch. Someone has been mentioning on the comments. I read the comments, and someone was like, hey, here, I'm just going to quit. Let's hit this and pull this over here. uwufetch. This is what we're rocking right now. So we should be seeing so much better. Because the 6600 is just getting passed through and not used, so we're only using it's actually a 7800 there. Yeah, uwufetch is what we should be doing. Yeah, and we could do Fastfetch too. Let's see. Let's go Yay, or actually let's go Paru. I kind of want to just see real fast the difference between all of them. Let's go Fastfetch and uwufetch. Both are in the actual core repos, it looks like, from Pac-Man. So we can use both. See the difference between the two. Yeah, I think uwufetch is more of an in-place. Oh, well, we're having issues. Let's just do a system upgrade real fast. It's only a 6 gig upgrade, so let's just do that live on stream. Nobody's ever had a bad experience with a 6 gig Arch update. I like to live dangerously. What could go wrong? Yeah, there we go. Six gig normal Arch upgrade. I think we upgraded like 2 or 3 weeks ago. I still trust these updates more than I trust Microsoft updates. About the same confidence level, to be honest. Mate, thanks for the sub, man. Well, we should have probably checked the backups before doing this. That was my bad, but that's okay. We are building a custom TKG kernel as well, which does get updated quite often. Probably should have done that a little different, but oh well, it's fine. I'm sure nothing bad will come of this. Yeah, let's check the backups why this upgrade's in the background. How safe are we? I know I've done a background. After the whole Bazite switch and restoring Arch, yeah, the last backup we had was the 6th, which is last night at 9 p.m. Look at me. Pro IT guy here. Daily backups. Nice. So we're looking good. Oh no, Microsoft killed 2 game studios today. What's that about, Tommy? We might need to look that up. Please, Chris, I don't want the stream turning into fixing Arch. You know, let's just go full screen with that so I get a little bit better on the progress here. I think it'll be fine, guys. I trust the process. Doesn't matter what distro you use when you have different kernels. Yeah, a little bit. Like, if you're on a Debian-based system, Debian Ubuntu, ZanMod's kernels are probably the best. I love ZanMod. If you're wanting to go with, like, a custom kernel, like a TKG for gaming, like we're doing on this system, Arch is amazing. I love Arch Linux for TKG kernels. It's such an easy build, easy install. I don't think there's anything better if you want to go this route. Having said that, it's a little more unstable. We could have some bad things happen here, but I don't know. That's why I kind of like to do it all live on stream, just in case something bad happens and I lose a couple hours of my time. At least you all get some entertainment out of it, which is fantastic. So yeah, we originally installed everything in Arch Linux. I had like an old timeshift backup. I wiped it all out, installed Bazite. It was like, we're going to do pass-through in Bazite. We got atomic desktops. It's going to be amazing. And then the Bazite Fedora 40 update happened. That was terrible. And it forced us to do Wayland. And then it also, KDE 6 had all kinds of issues as well. So I was like, damn it. So then we were like, all right. So we restored back to the Arch install. All right. We have all that. Let's try Fastfetch. Ooh, that was fast. Very. Actually, this actually gives more than NeoFetch. All right. uwufetch. Feel like we need to do a poll. Both are very fast. I kind of like Fastfetch the best, though. It feels very much like uwufetch, and it was fast. Yeah, right? This is kind of I get it, but it's still like you get just the basics here, where I feel like this is more of an actual drop-in replacement for uwufetch. I really like the swap readout, the disk readouts. That's pretty legit. Even have an IP readout. I like it. Cursor even shows the breeze cursor theme. Okay. I could get behind this. So there you go. Fastfetch is that. It's also a C binary program, not a bash script like the other fetch. You know, I don't think C gets enough respect. Everything written in C just feels good to me, unless it's written poorly in C, and then it'll crash your system. But everything that's written well in C, I don't think you can get any better. You know, I mean, DWM's C, and it feels amazing. And mind you, I'm not like much of a C programmer here. I just really love it. Just saying. Yeah. Oh, you got a Fastfetch? Oh, can you link it in chat? Tech? Here, 1 second. Let me make you a VIP, just in case. Tech 0. Oh, there we go. There we go. Yeah, you're VIP. You should be able to link now, Tech. All right, so we got C. Now I think let's first just do Gamescope direct. And if you're unfamiliar how Gamescope works, let's do that. Let's just go Gamescope ArchWiki. Yeah, this is a pre-built, Jim, for this. Most PCs that I've done in the past 10 years have all been custom, and this one was just sent to me because I'm too cheap to buy an Xeon. So I had a company, I think it was Super Workstations or some crap, you know, one of those, yeah, it was superworkstations.com. They sponsored this where they do like server builds in a more desktop form factor. So I was like, sweet. So they sponsored this system and sent it to me, which is roughly like I think it's like a $4,000 or $5,000 system. And I was like, yeah, I'm game for that. So that's why we have HP Wolf security on my pre-built Xeon system. Because, well, you can't beat free. Well, kind of free. I mean, he's sponsored. But put yourself in my shoes. Would you like a Xeon system? Just for a shout out? Yeah. But yeah, they're basically workstations with server components in them. All right, let's see. Oh, I see it. Okay. We got it. Let's pull that up. Oh. Don't know what that was. Ooh. No. Let's go change log. All right. Fastfetch. Oh, 0 Linux. All right, here we go. So this JSON, where are we putting this guy? Actually, we can just grab the raw file. Where? Probably .config. And does Fastfetch have its own folder is where I'd put it. Fastfetch. Negative. Fastfetch. Oh, okay. Run Fastfetch. -- gen config. All right. There we go. Then one thing I love about Linux. Like most people always like to focus on like the things that don't work in Linux. Configuration of almost every program on a user level will always be in .config in your home folder. And then configuration on a system level will almost always be in /etc. I love that so much. There's some obvious caveats there when it comes to like Flatpak or app image, but most times they still will pull from .config. Take that from Windows. Like the thing that drives me crazy about Windows, sorry for this small rant, but these days you just have no idea where it's going to put crap. Like it could be in your home folder documents. It could be in app data. It could be in program data, which is a hidden folder on your C drive. It could be hidden up in the proprietary Microsoft Store folder. It literally is all over Windows, and it drives me crazy trying to manage configurations. So that's where I'm like, what the hell? Sorry. I just had that. I just had a dealing with Microsoft and hunting down a program configuration was just like, why? Why is it like this? Microsoft. Linux figured it out. Can't you just like copy and go, oh yeah, that makes sense, and just bring it over? Rux, thanks for the sub, man. All right, let's move this to, I mean, let's just remove it. Oh, required file not found. Do we not have trash CLI? Did I completely screw the pooch on trash CLI? Okay, well, that was interesting. Okay, now we're good. All right, let's go back into Fastfetch. Now remove. Yay, okay. I don't know what happened there. That's odd. You know? All right, now we can wget this. Let's just grab and check out Zero Linux's Fastfetch. Ooh, that is good. I like that. Look at that rice. Tech Zero, you are a genius, good sir. That's beautiful. All right, now that we're done messing around with that, let's reboot the system and see if it actually boots. Because, well, we did just do like 6 gigs of updates, so yeah. Let's try that. Kind of ugly. I like to see a NixOS logo. Phoenix, you troll. Do I need to log? Oh, one thing I wanted to check. I wanted to look in the BIOS. Sorry for the flashbang here, guys. Close your eyes. Here it comes. Here we go. Oh man, I am burning everybody's retinas out. I apologize. I knew it was gonna happen, but I wanted to check real fast in my BIOS. I noticed my standby states weren't working all that well. You know, typical Linux problems, right? And I wanted to see if the power management, if I could modify it a little bit. Now, if we look, power management enables runtime power management. You got hardware P states. Okay. This is hardware chooses a P state based on OS request, legacy P states. Hardware chooses a P state based on OS guidance. Okay, well, you think you'd want guidance, right? Oh, all right. Extended idle power states. What's this? Increases OS idle power savings. Think we disable this. BIOS control. Okay, allows BIOS to override operating system energy policy. No, we want to do OS controls. All right. S4, S5 maximum power savings. Enabling this feature reduces the power of the system as much as possible in the S4. Power is removed from the wake-up circuitry and the expansion slots. And yeah, that sounds terrible. SATA power management, no. And then PCI power management, also no. Okay. I feel like that would probably fix my standby issue. Maybe. And I'm looking to see if there's anything else I want to... Yeah, to make sure remote management didn't turn back on for some weird reason. All right, all that looks good. I think we're good. Let's exit out. Save those changes. That's going to reboot again. All right. Now that I've burned your eyes out, we should be good. We shouldn't need to go back in there unless the system doesn't boot, and then we will. Ooh, what is running? Well, I run a second system. So I always run 2 systems because I'm always wiping my system out, and I like to show everything on stream. So I capture everything. And then I use a mirroring device to strip out DHCP, or not. I always say DHCP. What's that stupid DRM? God bless, I can't remember. HDCP, yeah. That's it. That's what I'm talking about. HDCP. So yeah, if you use an HDMI splitter, you can grab that out, and then you never have to worry about that screwing things up for you. I don't know why, but I hate Chris's system. He has a weird CPU. Yes, this is a server CPU. So most people will not be running this. They will be running your traditional Intel, and it will have efficiency cores and things of that nature, which is great for most things, gaming and stuff. But when it comes to PCI pass-through, that's where I love my current system, because virtual machines, you just can't beat Xeon. I love them. Love Xeon for VMs. All right. We've got that. We've launched in. Got my koi fish on the desktop there. It's going to be a good day. We got our Fastfetch. Beautiful. Gorgeous. Love it. It does not show both of my GPUs, which is okay, actually, because the other one's a VFIO, and I can't really use it in Linux. Like this, DWM, OSH. It's a 10-day-old install. I love it. And we updated everything, so this is recent. All right. Now to test our let's go Cyberpunk, and this time we're going to add some Gamescope options. Oh, I guess Steam updated too. All right. Oh, yeah. I got you. I got you, Tech Zero. It's me not reading. Let's pull a Chatterino. What logo do you want me to put there? Okay. W get this. Okay. Can it? How does it pull in a PNG directly on the terminal? Fastfetch has some crazy stuff here. All right, let's go. Really? Okay. What else was I missing? All right. W get this in the Fastfetch folder. Replace line 4. Okay, line 4 is the next thing to do. Look at me actually reading. Hey, every bit we have there. All right, so then we got our Fastfetch logo dash full. Then Fastfetch. Oh, epic. Woo, man, Tech Zero, that looks good. Dang. Even cooler. Damn. Oh, that's just sexy. Archtitus is so back. Yeah, that's neat. That is a cool configuration. Just so everybody has this configuration, you grab your own logo, you do what you want with it. Courtesy of Tech Zero here. Let's just hey spin this. There you go. There's that guy right there. And just to have the final config for everybody in chat. That is just neat. All right, cool. Now back to what we're doing with our Gamescope. We're gonna come into here. Let's come on over to here. And what we're gonna do is Gamescope on ArchWiki. Oh, it's in the official repo. That's true. Yeah, if you want to grab it directly from Tech Zero, you can on his GitHub. I think he's linked it up on the top of chat too. But it never hurts to have another link. All right, let's just grab this. So if we want to do it per game on Gamescope, we just launch Gamescope. We have our width, our height, our refresh rate, and ... There's one more command I'm going to add to this. So we have Mango HUD, but I'm also going to add -F for full screen. Oh, you guys can't see that. So this is the full command that will run. My DWM config is in DWM Titus. So if you want to grab it, still not perfect. I'm still tinkering with stuff. I really kind of every time I jump in there, it's like I lose a day or two, but I just love it. So far, you know, it's easy to come back to. That's the thing I like the most. All right, so we have that. We're gonna launch into Cyberpunk. This should take full screen and just auto launch using Gamescope now. Now the big thing here, I want to see if it fixes those jagged, crappy frame times. I don't think it will, but let's see. Cool. I like the fact it just jumps right in. Full screen. All right. Oh, really? You can't run it on Arch? It freezes. Yikes. Yeah, I never have been able to get Helldivers to work on this version of Linux. The only thing I could get it to work on was Bazite, which was kind of funny. But then all the PlayStation shenanigans happened with them, and I was like, it doesn't matter anymore. All right, now let's run this. Now, we might actually get better because I believe with Gamescope, it will properly utilize FSR and also DLSS. A lot of, like, if you're an NVIDIA person, you can actually use Gamescope with DLSS, and it feels like it utilizes it better. Same with FSR. So I wouldn't be surprised if we get a better showing here. But I don't know. I don't know what to expect. Oh, they did revert it. Oh, okay. Well, about time. Sony backpedaled. That's hilarious. They got 300K negative reviews in 48 hours. Dang. That's crazy. It does feel better on the frame time. A little bit of a stutter. Yeah, still some micro stutterings. I think we rebuild TKG. I think the PDS scheduler that we did with TKG, while it gave us higher frame times, it feels worse because the frame times are not steady. Let's switch out to a different scheduler and rebuild the kernel. Although I will say Gamescope, I think it fixed quite a bit, actually. It does feel better using Gamescope. But the big issue I see is the custom TKG kernel. I just don't think that's exactly what we wanted. Maybe switching from the scheduler, or we could go with like a generic architecture, because I think we had to do Sapphire Rapids because of the Xeon. Maybe the Xeon just doesn't like the Sapphire Rapids optimizations. That was considerably better. We didn't have nearly the drop, and Gamescope did assist with that, which is nice. All right. Now let's just quit. Okay. I don't feel like loading all that up. Does this have stutters on Windows? No, not really. Windows is usually pretty easy, straight up. Yeah, this was the PDS scheduler, and I don't think I'm very impressed with it. Or we could try regular Zen as a base compared to TKG. I like that idea better. Let's try the Zen kernel instead. Okay, Helldivers is still broke. Let's try and launch Helldivers and see if we get the same thing. I anticipate we will, but hell, let's give it a whirl. Let's do Gamescope. Full screen. We're going to just switch this out. See what we get. And what kind of compatibility are we running? All right, GE94. Let's see what this does. Zen fixed FSR for me. Let's try it. Now this, I'm sure we'll still get the broken in protect. There's no hate here. Now I'm sure under all the hate, but I'm running Sousa with Wayland and it runs much more pleasant. You know, if you can get away with just running a pretty base OS like Sousa's a good base. I think you can have a really enjoyable experience with Wayland. I just never can with my weird setup. Okay, well, this just crashes right away. All right. Let's switch our kernel out. Let's go. Let's switch back to, how about an 823 kernel? I'm going to still stick with Glorious Egg Roll, but we're going to flip back to a different version. Let's try it. And then we can try experimental if this one is broken as well. You have the long launch option. Okay, let's check the launch option. That's the problem. Never mind. All right. What? Oh, you're right. There's no space there. All right, back to 9.4 we go. I messed that up. I'm impressed you could see that space. Very impressive. All right, here we go. In protect. Glorious in protect. This thing's so broken. It's very large. Very, very large in protect. #1 global game security solution. Okay. I'm gonna say it didn't work. What makes you feel more secure? Big boy in protect or HP Wolf? Ooh, that's a tough race. That is a very tough race. Oh. It's protecting the game from Chris. You might be right there. All right. That's so funny. Yeah, that screen always does take a moment. I let it go, but let's try Proton Experimental one time. I'm not going to spend much time on this, though. Make sure to add use D3D back into the command. All right. Let's try that. Let's do that. Use DX or D3DX11, I believe, right? Oh no, DXD11? Yeah. D3D11. It's kind of a weird. I wonder what that's. Anyhow. Let's try it out. One last hurrah. Does it work? Or does it not? .3D DirectX 11, yeah. I don't know. I always want to add the DX in. Almost every shortcut in Windows is like DX. I remember doing like DX info back in the day. Back in like DirectX 8. Back in my day. Before DX9 came about. DX9 was actually not bad. DX8 was kind of crap, man. I remember having to deal with, oh God, I think it was like Media Play Service or something. I remember there's a weird, I think it was Direct Play. It was a huge clash. It was like a weird dependency that came with DX9. Before DX9, or DX8 came, it got sunsetted. But if you mess with DX8, you had to do like Direct Play and some other weird janky stuff. This would have been like early 2000s, late 90s, I think. Yeah. It'd been the XP days for sure. Yeah, I think Fallout New Vegas runs better on Linux than it does on Windows, specifically because a lot of older like mid to late 2000 games play better on Linux than they do Windows, because it just has a really good compatibility with DirectX 9 now. Oh, the fast, yeah, sure, Dragon, I got you. Well, actually, you know, I bet it's in my history. Here you go. Look at me pulling up my web history on stream. That's a risky maneuver. All right. Let's see what we got here. Let's move on from the shenanigans here. I think we try Zen Kernel. Someone mentioned Zen Kernel, and I hadn't tried Zen Kernel in a while now. Let's quit out of here, and I want to try Linux Zen. And let's just, I think Linux Zen is the package. Let's see. There's a lot in the AUR. I want to stick to the main line from here. Let's try Linux Zen out. We're going to go with it. Oh, yeah. We'll try no launch options as well. I think it auto-installed the headers. Did it? Because we have DKMS, so it would need those as a dependency. Usually. I don't see it though. Let's just grab headers. Yeah, I didn't grab the headers. We may not need them, but better to have them than not need them, I'd say. Veteran sysadmin, he's immune to light mode. Light mode helps me. It's like coffee. It helps me stay awake. That's what light mode's there for. Oh, boot's full? Is it? Let's do a disk-free human readable. How full is boot? Oh, snap. Dang. That's not good. Very full. That's a good catch. What do we have? Oof. Okay. Dang. So only 3 kernels filled up boot. Drop fallback kernel and init ran fs. Okay. Yeah, I think I need to go with a 2 gig boot next time. 600 megs was not a wise choice. I did not think about that. All right, let's go etc. Let's jump over to etc mkinit config .d. Now, oh, nothing there. Let's go sudo vim mkinit. Maybe it's we might have dropped it all into the config folder. Now, fallback. Nothing there for fallback. Shrink. We could look at shrinking that. I probably should give it more. You think? Is fall not there? Yeah, no. Oh, I went the wrong one, didn't I? Oh, okay, here we go. Let's go Linux Zen preset. And what we're going to do. All right. Fallback image. That look good to you guys? All right. I think we're solid. Oh, son of a. All right. That's okay. That's a cool, I don't know if you caught that, but there's so many times where I just vim into a config file and I'm like, oh no, I can't write out. I got this Vim plugin called Suda. I don't know how you say it. SUDA. Amazing. Love that. So I don't have to worry about any of that. Let's dump TKG. I think what we'll do is just remove the whole preset. 68 preset altogether. Ooh, actually, let's just uninstall it first. Remove Linux 68 TKG. Oop. All right, let's remove these packages. And it removed that. Now let's also modify the Linux preset. And we're going to get rid of the fallback. And something like that. And then comment that guy out. Write that. All right. So now we have all this good. And now I need to flush boot. Best way to rebuild boot. What do we got? Yeah, it probably didn't. It should clean these out. I feel like we need to clean up some of this though. Okay. We have a little bit of some cleanup. Little headers to take care of. Let's remove these TKG headers. That's gonna actually run that mkinit command, so we should have a little bit more cleanup here. Now, what I don't know, and what I'm a little bit concerned about, is we did have failure during this because boot was full when it tried to create it. So what I'll probably do is sudo rm star fallback dot star. Let's clear out those fallout images. Now we have our standard images there. I think we need to update grub for sure. So we have mkinit-p. Let's run that as sudo. Now this should rebuild these for us and not do the fallout. I like that. That looks beautiful. Fireballs, thanks for the sub, man. Now, all right, disk-free humo readable. Now we had 600 megs in our boot folder, and we are utilizing only 235 now. We have 365 clear. I like this a lot better. The other thing I want to do is also rebuild our grub. So probably like a grub make config -o boot grub config. Let's run that as root. And that should clear out our grub now too. Let's reboot all that. Look at that beautiful fast fetch. Oh, that's just so sexy. Love it. Update grub is not a thing on Arch unless you make an alias for it. Update grub's a good alias in Debian systems. So if you are doing that, if you are in Debian, yeah, you can. I think you can still do a grub make config, but essentially the update-grub command just runs grub-mkupdate or mkconfig-o and then outputs it to the grub CFG. Essentially, it's the same command. It's just Linux distros sometimes do it a little different. Windows is probably updating in the background there. You think we're gonna make the timeout? I always did like I did a 1 minute timeout on my VMs, and Windows needs a lot longer than 1 minute to shut down. I'm finding. I am doing so many dirty shutdowns of Windows. Oh well. What bad could happen from that? Well, it's fine. It's just dirty shutdowns. Nobody likes a dirty shutdown. You know, systemd boot's not bad. I just really love grub configurations. Like the grub themes, just so much fun. That's why I like grub. That's my holdup with grub. Now, a fun fact is I did parse grub versus systemd boot. Which one do you think is faster? There goes Zen, yeah. HP Wolf, it's on the job. It's grub. That's the wild thing. Systemd boot, even though it's there alongside of Grub, Grub still boots about 1 second faster in every system I've actually done it, which is kind of crazy. Look at Init using EFI stub with no bootloader. I bet I'm faster. Yeah, I probably should do that. That's smart. I like it. Yeah, the other thing I hate about systemd boot is the stupid loader files. Making those, I think it's like JSON format loader files for systemd boot. This shit's for the birds, man. Hate it with a passion. All right, I'm gonna, every time I boot up my system, I'm just gonna load up terminal and do that. I like that so much. Oh no, what happened? Did I close out of that? Okay, there we go. All right, now we have that. Let's try Gamescope again now. Do we have the stutter with... Oops. Fat fingered that, didn't I? Do we have the stutter with this anymore? Like I said, I think TKG's kernel with the PDS scheduler, I think, was problematic. Yeah, I mean, that's the nice thing about NixOS is it is all configured on the get-go. If I was going to redistribute Titus OS to the masses, or Titus Linux, or whatever you want to call it, I think Nix would be the way to go. Because I know I could probably make something that would be very easy to replicate for everybody. Carson, thanks for the sub, man. Why are you using the AUR for Arch anyways? Nix is superior for 90% of... It depends. It just depends. All right. There's time and place for the AUR, and there's a time and place for Nix. I love both. It's like trying to choose your favorite child. One, you should just never do that. But two, it's an impossible task. I love Nix packages, and I also love the AUR for what they're good at. All right, here we go. Cyberpunk. What are we going to get on the Linux Zen kernel? Are we going to get a little more stable on our frame rates? That's the big thing. Surely the favorite child is Gen 2. No, that's the one that gets locked in the closet and fed potato chips underneath the door. Probably shouldn't have said that out loud. Anywho. I think this is much better. It feels really good so far, but we won't know until we hit in the benchmark. Yeah, I think I went a little too ham doing the TKG kernel. Yeah, I'm not trying to get high FPS. We're still capped at 60. So what I want to see is a solid line on frame times and just solid 60 throughout this. That's what I want to see. Bro, that's nice. Oh, perfection. Solid 60. Only about 50 to 60% usage. This is perfect. Smooth as could be. Yeah. The TKG kernel can be amazing, and I would say probably if we uncapped our frame rates, we probably would still only be getting 70 or 80. Because TKG pushed us into the 90s, but it was very inconsistent, and the scheduling with the frame times was not good for, or PDS scheduling for my specific system wasn't good. Where this is much better. But overall, I'm sure our FPS would decrease with the different kernels. But again, don't obsess too much over FPS. You should be obsessing over frame time. I think that's the thing. A lot of people get lost in that. And obsessing over frame time, I think, is super. I think that's much more important. I'd much rather have 40 frames per second with a really smooth frame time than 60 frames with a jitter. It's just too much. And I know that sounds like blasphemy, but in the PC realm, everyone always obsesses around FPS. I want to remind everybody that most gamers out there, I don't know if console gamers, those dirty peasants out there, they were using 30 FPS for the longest time until just recently with PlayStation 5 and Xbox, whatever the hell the numeral thing is. X, I think it is. Whatever. The latest consoles are the only ones now just to get 60 frames. And I want to say the cheapo Xbox one still runs at 30 frames. So that's the deal there. Yeah. They keep promising 60 frame FPS, but then they cap it at 30. That's hilarious. I mean, that's the console way, is it not? Yeah. All right, cool. Well, I like that. That was perfect. That was a great experience. So we can just kill this. Heck, let's try Helldivers. Maybe we'll get some love here. That'd be hilarious if Helldivers launched on Zen. Let's try it. In Protect. It would be hilarious if it did launch. I really don't think this would work. I will wipe out all the custom settings we're doing in Helldivers 2, and we'll try it just stock after this. I think both will fail. Yeah, and there's also a confirmation. Hikari's been saying in chat that 6.8.9 has a Helldivers 2 issue, and yeah, that's also a problem. You could try recompiling TKG with a different scheduler. I think that would work too. Like if you really want to do your own TKG build, I think we could have easily done like Bohr scheduler instead of PDS, and I think a lot of those issues would have been solved as well. So both would be a good solution. So if you do want to keep rocking TKG, by all means you can. GameGuard, you suck. All right. Let's confirm that. Let's try with nothing. So we're going to just take our launch options, zero it out. And we're not going to use anything. And we'll try to relaunch now with no Gamescope and no custom launch options at all. Yeah, Bazite uses Bohr scheduler. What does Linux Zen use for scheduling? Oh, when GameGuard vanishes, it takes a bit of time, then the game launches. You think all along it could have just been me being impatient? Let's give it like a minute or two then. That'd be kind of wild if that was it. You still need the D3, D11. Okay. We'll add those launch back in as well. Boost my ego. Is my glaze bar still better than your DWM? Maybe. I really do like that glaze bar from the last stream, Phoenix. That was a fun one. Sometimes it takes 3 to 4 minutes. Holy crap. Really? That's a long time. All right. 3 to 4 minutes. Wow. That's a bit bonkers. I don't know, guys. I don't think this is working. Gamescope does work, Cheeto Bandito. It does work, but it does require a custom kernel option that you need to put in your grub or systemd. I guess we got to wait for a crash or a launch. Although it does launch into the game scope thing in the other screen. It always pops up. I do like the Gamescope options, though. That's like the whole purpose of this stream is Gamescope. I think Gamescope is amazing. If you're going to be doing gaming on Linux, you have to be using Gamescope. Whether you're Wayland or Xorg, I feel like Gamescope makes a massive difference. Full stop. All right, it's been 2 minutes. This thing is totally not going to launch, right? I bet you... Yeah, I haven't launched anything over here. There's no way this takes 3 minutes to launch, right? I use Gamescope only when needed because it messes with Discord presence. Really? So here's the thing. So we've done Gamescope and just gaming benchmarks, and I can notice a good difference having Gamescope launched. What if we launch Gamescope, launch DWM with Gamescope? Wouldn't everything going into my window manager also obviously be wrapped in that Gamescope? I think that'd be kind of cool. Okay, it's been 4 minutes now. This thing is not launching. Okay, let's see. Kari's sending a bash script our way. Let's see what we got here. We got a bash, proton core, kill all prog. What is this? Run that to stop Helldivers 2 and try again. It's a restart proton script. Okay. So, having done that, let's come into here. Let's jump over into bin. And we're going to wget this with an output of proton restart. Oops, not 0, but -0. Fat fingered that one. All right, so then if we look at proton restart, chmod, make that executable, restart. And then, sorry, you guys can't see any of this. There we go. Let's just go proton restart. Syntax error. Oops. Did I not download it? Oh. Oops. Yeah. That was my bad. Let's just copy all of this. There we go. Proton restart. All right, good stuff. Yeah, I needed a curl. I was using wget, and I was like, oops, my bad. All right, now we've done that. Oh, let's go. I think I want to add those launch options back. Like, let's just grab these launch options. Copy. I'm going to paste those ones in there. And then we'll just add that, is it dash dash? I think it was dash dash DX or D3 D11. All right, let's just try that. I'll try it one more time. Give it another 5 minutes or something. Something silly. I feel like we need a timer while this goes. Let's just go. What was that timer command I used from pip? Term down. That's what it was. Oh, I think pipx actually. Pipx install term down. All right, great. So term down 5 minutes. All right, now we'll hit play. What this should do is give us some kind of feedback here. We'll probably still get the full screen in protect nonsense. Yeah. And then this will disappear around like a minute in. We should still have our timer going. And then let's see what happens after. Turn down for what? Yeah. It's not going to work. I'd be extremely shocked if this did work. There's a 2% chance this will work. I like my odds. Time to downgrade the kernel. It never has worked. I'm not downgrading my kernel for this game. That's not a thing. I'm not doing it. So we're going to just sit here with the timer down and see if it does finally launch. Maybe we just have been impatient. I like the timer because it gives us something to look at while we wait for it to launch. Drop into a 4.19 kernel. There we go. That's been out forever. Like 2018, I want to say. 2019. 4.0 kernel. Oh, the command is wrong. It's use D3 D11. Oh, crap. All right, well, fine. Use D3 D11. Oh, well, you guys can't see that. That's the command now. All right, let's see if we can get it to launch in 2 minutes. That's the command. I think I'm not even going to bother with the full screen this time. But I want to just kind of watch it do its thing with Gamescope without the full screen. So now we have that. Now in Protect will get tiled. Did you know we can bet money on this? Yeah. We'll see. We could use the Protonrestart Script, yeah. Probably should have done that. Yeah, who knows? That's the one thing. The cool thing about this launch that makes it a little bit different than our past launches is we remove the full screen command and you can see Gamescope properly makes it a Linux window. So my tiling window manager, we can push this wherever we want, which is great. So like, let's say we're here, Gamescope, right? We can go ahead and say, you know what, let's push this to workspace 4. And then in workspace 4, we'll have this at a full screen. Oh, well, there it goes. There it goes. Well, I didn't use the script though. Yeah, Helldivers, man. I tell you, it's just crappy. Oh, KitKat actually asked earlier over on YouTube. A longtime lurker, I have a question. After seeing you reload your windows and go through so much manual configuration, have you ever used Home Chic? Ooh, careful with saying that. Because I just wrote a PowerShell version. What is Home Chic? Interesting. It's a multi... Well, I gotta look at that. Home Chic. It's a git.file synchronizer written in Bash. In Unix, configuration files are... Yep. Oh, the power of Git. What is... Okay. Home Chic enables you to bring a symphony of settings you have poured your heart into with your remote computers. With it, you can begin to focus even more energy on bettering your work environment since the benefits you have reaped. Interesting. PowerShell is still a work in progress, but the home base functionality is there. It's kind of cool. All right. Let's start that. I'll have to look at that. I think I'm going to have to play around with it a bit. That's interesting. Yeah. No, go ahead and link it, Kit. I'd be curious to see. All right. As far as Helldivers, that is totally not not happening. All right, we're giving up on old Helldivers for the day. I think the next thing we got to approach in the stream too YouTube not allow links. Kit can't send URL. Oh my gosh. All right. Damn it, YouTube. 1 second. YouTube chat's like half broken. Yeah, I'm getting that idea as well. It's kind of also why I like to force people over on like Chatterino or Twitch chat, even if you're watching on YouTube. It works pretty good, but try Dash Steam Deck. Interesting. There we go. Thanks, Kit. I wanted to see this. Fire Kitten. Get T. I actually like a lot of this layout of Git. Monk, thanks for the resub, man. Oh, no worries, Rux. Totally, I get it. That's why a lot of times you're pretty smart. I know you can do this. You can also do an IRC too, Rux. Directly on like a PowerShell prompt or just use Chatterino, or there's a lot of like tie-ins to IRC. It's kind of cool. All right, please install Git first. Okay. Yeah, that's cool. Let's try that out. Yeah, Git T is kind of a really neat interface. I always liked it. Obviously, most people are still over on like regular GitHub, but I always love seeing like little startups and stuff pop up, just in case. Inevitably, Microsoft will probably screw up GitHub. It's Microsoft. It's like death and taxes and Microsoft screwing up are like the three things you can count on in life. And it's really nice having these other options. So I never, ever like bash a project for choosing to do like GitLab or Git-T or Bitbucket or what was that? A CodeChack? CodeChack's another one. I thought that was kind of cool. Yeah, this is over on here, and then you're just self-hosting over here. Yeah, I'll try this out. I'm gonna leave those up and put it on my to-do list. And actually, I'm gonna just put those directly in my to-do. I know there's probably better ways to organize to-do, but for me, this just works pretty well. It syncs across like all my systems. So even though it's a bit of a mess, it's just like, eh. All right. I think the next thing we want to try on the stream, using Gamescope before DWM. Right now we launch DWM using a session through SDDM. What happens when we do Gamescope, width, height, refresh, DWM? Everything in there would be running in this Gamescope, even Steam and all the wrappers and everything. So then we could just always, every game would be Gamescope. This doesn't give you as granular of access, but I almost always like using Gamescope. I can't think of a drawback to always running Gamescope. What am I using for my to-dos? Oh, I'm just using Momentum something rather. They have a paid version, but I just use the freebie version. Because I just want like a pretty picture with the time and then just some inspirational quote, be happy. And then focus is the art of knowing what to ignore, by James Clear. Wise words. Sometimes the quote of the day makes like they smoked way too much dope and then decided to write a sentence. But often it's actually kind of nice. And then really the other thing is I just use the to-do and just drop everything in there. I'm like, hey, these are the things I need to do. Let me get into that. Yeah. I wanted to do like a terminal-based one, but a lot of times I do want to try that. Can you run a window manager in Gamescope? This is what we're about to find out. Let's try it. Can we do it? No clue. So, sudo usr share x sessions, I believe. If we look, here's how we execute it. Let's change this execution on SDDM to Gamescope. Hopefully I don't screw this up and then we won't have a functional system. At least not a functional desktop. Height 1080. Refresh 60. Dash dash. Oh man, money can buy happiness. You may need Gamescope Session Plus from Chimera OF if you want to use it as a session. Okay, we can try. I want to try it just base, see what happens. Money can't buy happiness. Why I repeated that from someone in chat is I remember my grandma. She's gone now, but I remember her. One of my most hilarious memories I have of her is a quote she gave me, because at one time she was fairly wealthy, and then her husband, or my grandpa at the time, did some tax fraud and some other shady shenanigans, lost all their money, and then they basically went broke. And I remember her saying to me, she's like, you know what? Money can't buy happiness, but sure as hell can't hurt. And it sure as hell, it kind of helps. It was basically the gist of it. I thought that was such a funny quote, because a lot of people say money can't buy happiness. Typically, those people already have money, and not having money really sucks. And I don't think anybody, like, if you're detached and you have a lot of money, you just don't understand that concept a lot of times. When you don't have money to like have 3 squares a day, that sucks. You're not going to be happy. You know, that's just like, so sometimes when I see some of the quotes or things that are a little bit detached from reality, I'm like, okay, well, yeah. But that was probably one of my favorite memories from my grandma. So good. It really sucks when you're broke. All right, here we go. Oh, let's look for Gamescope Plus too. Let's see if it's there. Let's see what all the Gamescope offerings in AUR is. There is Gamescope Plus here. It's a Steam OS session compositing window manager with added patches. Gamescope Plus. I kind of want to do a little bit more research here before we just go ham. It's kind of wild. Yeah, what is Gamescope Plus? Chimera OS, which Chimera is really cool. It's almost like a Steam OS alternative. I've used it for like some home theater PCs and such as well. Can't buy you happiness, but it can buy you peace of mind. That's true. Yeah. I would also say another thing people get mixed up with money is they think money buys things. And that's one thing I wish I figured out earlier in life when I was like in my 20s or 30s. Having money doesn't mean you can go buy things. Somewhat it does, but more so than that, having money and not spending it on stupid things buys you time. You get your time back. You get your freedom. Because if you don't have money, you have to go to work. If you have money and you drive a 20-year-old vehicle, you don't have to go to work. You can have freedom in that. And there's so much that you can trade. A lot of times when you're trading money and buying something, you're giving a little bit of your freedom away. And that's kind of how I think of money a lot of times. So a lot of people look at me and go, Titus, why you have why do you have a 10-year-old plus car, or you don't have the nicest stuff a lot of times? Like, a lot of it is just I don't want to spend my money on that. Yeah. Time is money and money is time. I like that quote. That's a great quote. This is really interesting. So in an embedded session use case, Gamescope does the same thing as Steam Comp Manager, but with less extra copies and latency. It's getting game frames from Wayland or by way of X Wayland, so there's no copy within X itself before it gets the frame. It can use DRM and KMS to directly flip game frames to the screen. Interesting. Because the game is running its own personal version, well, this is Wayland. We're using XOR. You can spoof the virtual screen, revolution. Okay, yeah. So you add this if you're an NVIDIA user. And if you're using Radeon SI, I'm not sure what that is. That's older Radeon cards or something. I'm not running anything that old. That's kind of cool. Super F. Like, some of these will trip over my hotkeys, though. Something to notice. But you do have a lot of, like, increasing FSR sharpness on the fly. That's very interesting, too. Huh. Okay, Gamescope Session Plus is also a separate project. So you have this one, Gamescope Plus, and then you also have Gamescope Session Plus. Let's look at it next. Gamescope Session Steam Plus Git. Ooh, that's a handful. Not very popular, though. I think I don't really want to use anything other than the Gamescope Session Plus. Or we could use Gamescope Session Git. I think I'm going to try this one just to see what that one is. It has the most popular score right behind Gamescope Git. Let's try it. So if we look at Gamescope Session Git. Okay, this is interesting. Let's make sure we're pulling the same package. So this is Gamescope Session Git. I feel like this is the one to get. You can also make a file in X Sessions and put Gamescope there as well. I know what happened with the AUR is bad. Well, sometimes it just makes life a little easier until it doesn't. Okay. User configuration, the session sources environment. In the comp files, the easy way to configure the session and create Gamescope Session Plus.comp. Okay. Interesting. So here is creating a custom session and see what this entails. So this looks like it does rules. So you, like, let's say you do a client command of like launching Steam, it would just automatically add it into Gamescope, it looks like. Huh. That's weird. Yeah. So how's this differ from the other one we were looking at? Let's just open that in a separate tab. So then you have regular Gamescope. And this one's an AUR, I want to say? No, this is just Gamescope, right? Huh. So we have this in the package base. Gamescope Plus. So this is Gamescope Plus. Okay. So then Gamescope Session is actual session configurations and fixes for non-deck hardware. Interesting. So this is what we want. We already have Gamescope. It's in the AUR. We can install this. So what this looks like, we'll just do paru s. And what we're going to grab is Gamescope Session Git right here. And we'll install it. You have two options. We're going to go with option 1 and install. Pretty easy install, not a very big package. Yeah, so the big thing here is I'm just wondering what this does differently. I know Hikari's been mentioning it in chat. I'm like, I know. I hate enabling dark mode sometimes. It's just nice. It messes up too much. I'm like, okay, turn that off. Screen height, screen width, override entire client command line. Override the entire Gamescope command line to this. Project not affiliated with Valve. Just trying to wrap my brain around this. So, I feel like what you do here, like we install it, we go Vim. Let's say we take this. Now, obviously, we're going to have to modify this. Big thing here. 1080 and 1920. Yeah. So this is the user-based configuration. Copy this repository file structure in the appropriate places, and you'll be able to start any available sessions on the display manager of your choice. So with that configuration in, whenever you launch Steam, it'll just automatically be Gamescope. Not sure how that nests. Yeah. Now, probably going to need a reboot, but let's say we launch Steam right here. Okay, it's already running. Let's exit Steam. I don't see anything here that would suggest that it's actually utilizing or attaching to that. So I don't think this is actually doing anything. Let's just log out and log back in. All right. All right. Let's go share X sessions. Did we modify the DWM? We did. What does this do, you think? I kind of want to just run this just to see what happens if you launch DWM with Gamescope. I feel like that would break DWM or do something. You know? Let's try it. Let's try it. I know that's not what we should do. It probably won't log us back into the actual system. But here we are. I haven't broken anything this stream. So I think it's time. So we have DWM up here, right? So we got DWM. We're just going to come right in. Log in. Yeah. That's about what I figured would happen. Yep, gone. Yeah, the session will fail. I figured. Yeah, this SDDM theme is just awful. Agreed. Let's do like a 3 or 4. All right, well, I never get the keyboard to work there. There we go. I guess I should set my font, huh? All right, so then if we come back into our session, relaunch. All right. So you can't nest it that way. It seems you create the sessions DWM directly in there with the client ID, then X session to launch Gamescope Session Plus. Possibly. A lot of the documentation's a little bit funky. I do mod. I have both a PowerShell that I just released an update on. I need to do an update on Bash. What is my Bash? Oh, geez. Oh, crap. We never did fix my bash. Fix my bash. Mental note. I'll do that this week, though. It'll be on next week for the bash update. Right now, I think dude, I don't even know. I think my bash is broken on my GitHub, so I'm not going to even link that. Oh, you can run Gamescope and push Steam directly in for an embedded session. Oh, that's interesting. What if we made our own session there? What if... That'd be interesting. Let's do a ls of USR share. Okay, we already know X sessions, but there was another one that we wanted to grab. So you have the traditional game scope, but we want the actual session. And what we can do is actually launch Steam directly from X session. Wow, where's that? X session, would it be... Oh, heck. Where are you at? Gamescope Session. There it is. Oh, yeah, the bootloader theme. Soon, King Root. Soon. We do need to update that at some point in time. We did run the script, and it did work pretty well. Does this exist under a USR share? The Gamescope directory? That's a question. Is Gamescope share even here? It is. Okay, what's in there? And if we look at this, we have the Gamescope. What is that? So that's just Gamescope Session Plus. And then you just add that entry directly into... So this is Wayland Sessions. You would actually add this... Probably Steam, actually. Ah, man. Let's go locate Steam. Oh, well, let's do Steam Desktop. Okay. I want to take a look at what Steam Desktop looks like. What's this one look like? Well, that's odd. Fine. None of these. Okay, here we go. What's the execute command? So it's usr bin steam-runtime and then %u. Create a session. We actually already have that file in there. Duo. Yeah, so I think to call this one, how I read this, it would look something like this for the, because we're not using Wayland, so the example they gave was not correct for us. So what it should look like, let's say we have Steam, yeah, so it'd be steam.desktop. Let's just say steamos.desktop. And then instead of playing a video, what this would look like is Steam runtime. And Steam. Well, yeah, you can already nest that pretty easily. And actually, that's the wrong command. I think you need a -e in there, AH, before you do that. That's relatively simple. The idea here in what my vision is, initially I was going to launch Gamescope DWM, which we found out we can't do. But now I'm like, well, we could use Gamescope Session Plus to have like our own, basically game box ourselves, to where it's just Steam. And I kind of like that. I like that idea. Now, so we're going a little bit down a rabbit hole, but I think it'd be pretty cool. Like if you come over into this, I need to stop using CD. I could just do Z accessions. All right, so we have SteamOS. What does this do? I don't think it'll do anything, but I want to try it. So now we have this new session called Steam. Let's try and launch this and see what happens. Yeah. Okay, so that doesn't work. But with a little tweaking, I bet it will. just install Gamescope Session steam.get. That's a good idea. Let's take a look at that. This is the AUR package and Gamescope Session Steam Git. The main issue with this that I don't like, let's take a look at what's entailed here. This grabs game. Okay, so there's quite a bit of AUR dependencies with this guy. It's grabbing a ton of stuff. This is if we wanted to launch Steam directly from SDDM. I get it. I think I'm going too far down a rabbit hole. I think this is a little bit silly at this point in time. Steam runtime in sessions.d. Did we not do that? I thought I already did that. Let's take a look at what we put in sessions.d. Let's go. USR. Well, actually, I think we actually already have this. So let's go Gamescope Sesh. Yeah. So there's this, but there's no sessions D here. So we have this directory. Now we could add. First we create. Okay, I completely missed this. I see what you're saying. VLC, my video, and then video. Okay. Client command. I almost want to see if we can launch Steam in big picture with a toggle. Probably would be the best way to do this. So looking at this, we have this command, the session sources from here. And if we look at what we have in that directory, I'm gonna actually create a new, let's just pull this guy over. I didn't even pull up anything with a light theme, I don't think. All right, fine. I'll turn on dark mode for you guys. Gosh, bunch of babies. Alrighty. Let's come over to here and let's go environment D and config. I think we can get rid of home manager, right? So then we have this Gamescope Session Plus comp. This was for launching Steam, but I don't think this command's actually valid. Yeah, just do the Gamescope Session Steam. Yeah, let's just take this command. What happens when we're back here? Let's say we have Steam. What does this command even do? Big picture. Yeah. Just plug that in. You gonna work? Okay. So then we got our big picture. I'm just trolling you guys now. I'm sorry. Okay. Yeah, let's see. Yeah, it is laggy as yeah, it's laggy AF. I agree. That's no good. Ugh. Fear me in my 10 frames. Okay. Let's exit Steam. I like the launch option, but obviously we need game mode. So if we take this file right here, right? Go here. We're going to just yank all the way to the bottom, right? come back over to here. Let's do Steam. Drop that in. Drop that in. And with just Steam, no extension, nothing like that, we should be able to do that. And then modify the session, which would be X session, vim Steam OS. Now, instead of doing Steam runtime, what we do, yeah, okay, whatever. It'd just be Steam like that. Sudo right. All right, great. So then that's all set. If we do that, we should just pkill this. Actually, let's just pkill user Titus. And I feel like this would give us just like a straight gaming OS. So like if we wanted to be here, and we still need to theme this out. This looks awful. I'm sorry. I don't think that quite will do it. Okay. Well, an idea. I should just give up on this and just use the AUR. But that's still an idea. Yeah, probably the full Steam path since it's in SDDM, yeah. SteamOS sugar theme from SDDM. Ooh, that's a good idea. Let's theme out SDDM real fast. Just because I'm tired of that nasty screen and everybody going, ah, it's so gross. And it's got a light theme. We'll get a dark theme here. SteamOS sugar SDDM, right? What's this look like? Oh, look at that. It's pretty. So we have the theme. We'll just do a conf and then just say theme SDDM sugar SteamOS. It's kind of a cool one. Let's see the original SDDM sugar dark. I'm going to put this theme on for you guys. All right. Well, I don't understand why this is a dark theme, but then their screenshots just this. I think we need Wolf Security up in here as a theme. I was watching something on YouTube the other day, and HP Wolf Security sponsored this tech YouTuber. I was cracking up. Oh my god, you get ridiculed to no end. Pretty funny. Anywho, yeah, Wolf Security SDDM theme. I think we need to make that happen. Just think of the memes. It would be amazing. We'll just add please sponsor me below it. Or maybe we put this spot is for sale. Please send inquiries to McAfee theme win. Oh, that'd be hilarious. All right, I think we're gonna grab. I actually want to go like Gnome Look. I think like Gnome Look.org. I think has SDDM themes. Why did I think Gnome Look had SDDM themes? It's Gnome's GTK. There is okay. Then the KDE store. Oh no, Gnome Look did. I just didn't scroll far enough. Okay, let's see. What do we want out of our theme? Sugar light theme. Here we go. This is the new theme. Perfect. All right. Probably Nordic SDDM. That's pretty solid. It would match everything. The Nordic theme I've used many times. You guys are a bunch of Nordic haters. This is the best theme. But let's keep looking. I don't want to be like, oh, okay. Or it could go simplistic with the slice theme. I've used that one in the past. It's minimal. I just didn't like it that much. That's got too much going on. Nordic. Yep. Ocean. Ooh, you know, this one's neat too. This developer does a lot of good work. I like that. That's pretty clean. An ocean. It's ocean theme. I think we have we could go full hacker man. That's nice. I kind of want to try this one out. I've never tried it before. Let's give it a whirl. Let's go. What's the latest? Let's go full hacker man mode. Net login. It's too glowy. I agree. It's ringing my eyes. I know. I think we should try it. I think you guys will really enjoy this one. I think it's going to be great. Oops. Let's go over here. All right. To do this, let's do an ls user share SDDM themes. So we already have a few. Let's just take that, and we're gonna just copy downloads. What was that called again? Net login. That's right. Let's put that here. Alrighty. And then we're just going to go sudo tar xvf net login. Perfect. All right. Got that. Oh, crap. Forgot to set the configuration. Oh, it's not torture. You guys are going to like this. I don't think the screenshot did it justice. I have a feeling it's going to be very easy on the eyes. I'm sure of it. If not, just close your eyes. I'll let you know when this is all over. Let's go. Sudo vim sddm.conf. I think theme equals. I think we can just do a net login. Ah, I like it. Somebody was like, Twitch chat set to require a phone verification and YouTube chat set to members only. What the heck? I am disgusted. Ah, how dare you, Titus? Dude, I'm just... When it comes to chat bots and stuff, trust me. I get it. You don't have to sign in. You don't have to chat. Totally okay with me. All right. It's just an option. You can always just watch the stream. Enjoy being blinded by me. Oh, did I say that out loud? Oops. All right. Here is one more problem. 1 second. Let's go sudo systemctl restart SDDM. Now. Okay. Pkill. Yeah. Crap. Still didn't work. Fine. Let's just go into P. Can we even load it into... Well, have I loaded into Plasma? Oh. You know what? Sometimes it's just easier to use the GUI tools. This is one of those times. All right, let's try this. Login. No. Okay. Auto start session. Huh. Where'd they put it? Yeah, I'm looking at this. Yeah, I looked SDDM. They switched the spot of where it's configured. Are we on? I can't even remember. What version are we on? They changed a bunch of stuff with the latest version of Plasma. Oh, theme and then current. That's what I did wrong. Thank you, Hawk. Regardless, I should be able to do it right here. It's in appearance. Okay. That's kind of intuitive, I guess. Splash screen. Okay, there's a splash screen, and then let's go into... It's right in front of me. Oh, I don't have SDDM KCM. Okay, yeah. There we go. Let's do that then. That's right. I was using the small package. That's why I couldn't see it. Now we should have it. And then we have SDDM. Yeah. Now, does that actually modify the other one? That's another thing I'm kind of curious about too. Oh, look at that. Okay. So it actually wiped out my auto login. Huh. This actually should be session equals DWM, user equals Titus. Yeah. That looks good. All right, cool. What, you guys, goodbye SDDM, it's broken? Delete that SDDM comp. No, I will not. You're going to see a broken system by the end of this stream, or I'm not doing my job. Restart SDDM. That's what I think of you. It's fine. See? Works. I don't know why that worked, actually. What happens if we kill Titus? Oh, there we go. Okay. The current theme could not be loaded due to errors. Please select another theme. Net login main QML. No such file or directory. Okay, so the theme we downloaded is bad. All right, don't spam. Don't spam. Chill out. You're going to get timed out there, AH. It's fine. Chill. No reason to spam. Good night, you guys. It'll be fine. Let's look in etc. So let's look in .comp. What do we have? We only have one settings file. We have those auto logins, session DWM, user Titus, general halt command, theme, net login. Okay. So obviously, I thought of this idea myself. I'm going to remove sddm.com. I'm a genius. Yeah. That's a good point. Thought that one up on my own. Didn't need you there for chat. Nope. There we go. Now, actually, that's still broken. I forgot. One more. Let's just restart. SDDM. Now it should be fine. Alrighty. With that restarted, we should have a beautiful theme. Actually, no, not. There's actually an issue with the QML file. All right, it actually wasn't the comp file there. That's kind of funny. Yeah, there's a theme missing a dependency, so we can go into share. All right, let's just go themes. All right, what do we have? Main QML is there. Interesting. Permissions and groups. Yeah, it's got read only all the way across though. For the users, you got enough. Stop using SDDM5 themes and SDDM. I guess let's try another theme. That is the next thing to do. Now, what theme were we on? Was that Breeze? What is the default theme? Let's go over into here and let's try Breeze. Looks good. Okay, we can try Breeze. You guys say it actually looks good. Okay, I trust you to an extent. Restart SDDM. Was it capital B or lowercase b? Doesn't matter. Okay, so then you got your standard theme. Meh, I don't like it. It's too bland. I mean, it looks nice. It just doesn't fit. I think from here, well, let's go into settings again. I kind of want to change. Let's look for a theme. I think SDDM will actually find now. All right. Let's find and see what we got. So this one isn't even there. It's an old theme and it does not work. So that's okay. Does it have like a get new? Huh. It does not. Oh, no. Peter, you can use Gamescope and DWM. We'll get back to the Gamescope in a little bit. I've just got sidetracked. I don't know why that's a problem. I'm gonna just grab the Nordic theme. Y'all are a bunch of haters on my Nordic theme. Nordic SDDM theme. That's gotta work, right? When was this updated? Yeah, it was updated pretty recently. Let's just go Nordic. So we got Nordic. Now, let's just come on over to themes. Let's copy our downloads Nordic to here. Sudo tar xvf Nordic. All right, well, that went over great. Nordic. Oops, my bad. All right, well, I got there eventually. It could be oh geez, you know what? Do you think it's as simple as like ch root? Oh, maybe. I kind of want to try it just as Nordic. Anywho. All right. P-kill user Titus. It's not an error with the configuration. It's a permissions error. Who knew? So if we look at Nordic, this is what it's set. Oh, jeez. All right, let's try that one more time. LS, let's do an LL of Breeze. You can see that's how this is set. And we do an LL of Nordic, you should see about the same. So I think the big thing here was the permissions issue on here. Now it should be fine. Never mind. There's a whole bunch of dependencies that we're missing. Oh, jeez. All right, fine. It's a skill issue, for sure. I shall not use any GUI apps until I need to. Let's go Paru. So if we look for this, and let's say we're flipping through, we got SDDM, we got SDDM there. What was the dependencies we're missing, I wonder? Probably Plasma something, right? Maybe make that alias for yay. Plasma. Oh, you know, that's probably the easiest way to do it. Yeah, I agree with you. You know, instead of doing it all this way, the easiest solution along all this whole time, probably like Nordic, something like, let's see if that's there. Yeah. This is actually orphaned though, but it out of date as of 23. I wonder what this does. Let's see. Okay. What else is it? Let's see if it's going to grab. I've been configuring SDDM for 45 minutes. Oh, God. How did this happen? How did this happen? Ah, I can hear the comments already. On my system, I just logged into KDE and I just said, get new file and apply. Here Titus is. This fancy window manager. His comp files from terminal. Spending an hour doing something I did in 60 seconds. Oh well, such is life. Oh, man. That's funny. I don't think this solved any of our dependency issues, by the way. Conflicting with already existing files. Yeah. Sad face. And if we go Titus, yeah. Well, anywho, I wonder why that's not working though. It does. It kind of like, Watching you suffer like this hurts so much. Just use GDM. What if... I think we just remove all of SDDM. What if... What's the best one? LightDM, GDM. I think LightDM has the best themes. Let's see, LightDM. Ooh, I think Web 2 Greeter's pretty solid. Oh yeah. Oh, that is still one of my favorite themes of a while. This theme's pretty dope. Oh, I kind of like LightDM though. What's this one? I'm just gonna. Ooh. No. Let's go gnome look and see what we got for LightDM. LightDM? Does gnome look have LightDM themes? Oh, here we go. Zero Linux, top 5. Yeah, I think I know this guy. Oh, look, he made a cool one. Gab Nord. See? That's a good one. Let's just grab that one. Let's go to his GitHub. LightDM Gab Nord. I like it. So you need to get LightDM, WebKit 2 Greeter. Ah, yeah, I don't know who this Zero Linux guy is, but he knows his stuff. I like it. All right. Here we go. Let's remove, let's just paru s r SDDM star. SDDM? SDDM KCM? All right, we're just going to strip out our whole display manager there. Let's replace it with some LightDM. And what else did Zero Linux tell us we needed? Ah, the greeter. All right, we get that too. Easy. Now, in terminal, navigate to this. All right. Copy. Clone the repository here. All right. Let's see if I can follow instructions. So we have this. Enter Ghost. Oh, that's a good one too. I like that one. There's some really cool ones. So then you just grab Gab Nord and just clone it, huh? Seems too simple. Oh, yeah. Let's just do git clone. Got there eventually. And then enable your theme through this, replacing WebKit theme with LightDM Gab Nord. All right. Let's see. Copy. We're almost there. Almost there. Ah, yes. WebKit theme. All right. Ah, LightDM Gab Nord. Now we have that. Perfect. And then just simply enable the theme, replacing Greeter Session with the LightDM Greeter. Great. Now, Greeter Session, correct me if I'm wrong here. I'm pretty sure that's actually in the LightDM conf. So if we over into etc and we look at LightDM, I think it's actually right here. If we go lightdm.conf, this is where you'd see like the session. Where is that? Greeter Session? Just Greeter Session. Ah, there it is. So you have seat configuration. Okay. Greeter Session. Ah, here we go. Perfect. So we'll just clear this out. Ah. All right. And just toss this guy in. Like so. And one more little fix up. Auto login. Yes. Titus. What about guest session? We could also set up, yeah, we'll do the system enable now as well. I believe we see what else we have. Auto login session. Yeah. Let's just do DWM. Sudo right. Perfect. All right, great. So now that we have all that, and just to double check, I did save that, right? Yeah, I did. Good. So So now we just go sudo system CT. This is so much easier than using a GUI. You guys have no idea. Ugh. So much better. All right. Oh, no. What happened there? Did I screw something up? I think I... Uh-oh. I think I fat-fingered something somewhere. Oh, maybe not. What if we go sudo system ctl stop SDDM? But then the problem now lies, we need to start LightDM. You know, we could just reboot the system, but what's the fun in that? No, we're not just gonna reboot. Like causing massive pain. No reboot necessary. What is this, Windows? We're Linux users. We never reboot. Yes. All right. Now. Perfection. Nice. Ah, yes. No ugly screen here. 1 hour later, we have a perfect login screen. I didn't see. Can we change our session around in here? Let's see. So here's your user. One problem I see. There's no session. Ah, unfortunate. Clean. But I do like to select the session in here every once in a while. And we're missing the logo. But that's okay. We could fix that. Yeah. That's a pretty cool theme, though. All right. Well, anyways, I'm over logging the session theme anyways. That's kind of cool. Yeah. Oh, and we got our new Fastfetch. So much faster than NeoFetch. It's kind of crazy I took this long to get to Fastfetch. You know, I'm always about a year or two behind the ball. I do like it. All right. Finally. So this stream, Gamescope Session Per Game, that works pretty well. We figured that out. That's working good. Now, the other way we could make this all kind of jive or really tie it together is just launch Steam as Gamescope, which would also be pretty good. Next PR stream probably be Thursday, Rux. Oh, there's some bugs with the Fastfetch. If you look at the CPU code. I think there's actually a -E you have to add in there as well, AH. So what we need to do is, if you look at the Gamescope, this one's actually pretty easy. Gamescope for March. In here, if you're launching Steam, you actually want to launch it like this. So the actual command I would prefer to use is probably Gamescope this with a -E -- Steam to wrap the whole thing. And if you just want everything to run in Gamescope, which I think you probably do for Steam, I think that's really the way to do it. So if we look at this, let's do a test of this command. So you have that -E -- Steam. And now you have Steam launching into Gamescope, which is pretty darn slick. I like that idea. Now, you might notice, what's up with the black border? You got these black borders here. Because we launched Gamescope and we put 1080 by 1920, it retains that 16:9 ratio. So to fix this, obviously, we would just go full screen mode. And then it would take up everything. Or you could simplify the command as well. Let's just quit out. And instead of doing it like this, we would do -F. And then Steam would basically take over all of the desktop and launch into this. And if we wanted to take it even a step further and just do all controller input and just kind of let the whole desktop fade away, we could even launch directly into like a big picture, or just click that and we would have big picture right here. So that's probably the way to go. Now, somebody in chat said minus your blocks or DWM taskbar. If you're playing a game, do you really want to see your taskbar? I don't think you do, really. And how's the lag? How's the latency here? Not the best. Yeah, I think big picture mode on Linux is not the greatest on that. But it thinks it's the Steam Deck. Everything is wired for the Steam Deck. Even when you go to big picture on Linux, it's like, hey, you're in the Steam Deck. I'm going to switch you to the desktop. It's kind of funny. So I probably wouldn't use big picture on Linux at all, because it will always think you're in the Steam Deck, and you'll end up with some shenanigans like that. Very cool. Yeah, if you did in an embedded session, it would be smooth. True. Helldivers too. I don't think Helldivers is going to work at all for us. Steam inside of Gamescope will think it's running in deck mode. Yeah, that makes sense. So if you look, so that was us running Steam in there, and if we just launch Steam out here, this will be none. So let's go into big picture and see if it looks any different. Yeah, it's still in deck mode, but it's probably one of those add-ins we added, the Gamescope Plus. Oh no, it is different. So you can see how the power options have changed. Instead of change to desktop mode, it is now the standard. So it does see that it's a PC instead of thinking it's a Steam Deck when we don't do it in that method. It's kind of cool. So that's all right. That's good. That's very neat. I like that. So we got a couple different options for Gamescope. I personally, out of trying all these, obviously the first thing we need to do, let's do a Paru QM based on everything we've done today. Let's recap. Let's remove some of our extra stuff. I went a little crazy here. We added this Gamescope Session Git, which you probably should not be using. Anything else in here? No, I think that's good. Keep the AUR as light as possible. And my favorite, honestly, is the first one we went with. I honestly like just running the runtime like this, launching directly into Steam. And then from here, I like just picking the games itself and go, you know what? I like running Gamescope on this one, using it, or maybe not. Or let's say Fallout 76. Let's go over on that. And then doing a -F and running a command like this. I feel like this is my favorite method that doesn't screw up Steam very much. And it just seems like everything ties together so well when I do it this method. So for this, you go like that and then launch into the game, and it should be fine. You did the most cursed option on your system. All right, let me pull it up here. So out of all the options we've done, there's the dedicated Steam session option that you could probably just do the AUR for if you want to go that route. And it would just give you a dedicated gaming session, which would be cool. Or you could go and launch Steam itself and wrap Gamescope or wrap Steam inside of Gamescope. That's also an option. I didn't necessarily like that because of how it interfaced with DWM, or if you have that. Another fun thing is a Fallout here. It actually locks up. you're better off actually, instead of going quit desktop, is just killing it. Now we do have that Proton restart command. Does that? Yeah, that cleans it out. That Hikari gave us. That's a cool one. I'm actually going to send that to chat if you guys want to steal this. Oh, where did I put that? .local bin Proton restart. Here, I'm going to put this in chat just so you all can grab this file if you want. And that would give you kind of the Proton restart script. So if you ever do have a game lockup like Fallout 76 has a tendency to do anytime I quit the desktop, but if I kill it using just my hotkey for killing an application, it just immediately closes the app on my system, which is actually kind of nice. And then, yeah. So out of all the ones, I like configuring it per game. When it comes to Gamescope, I think you should always be using Gamescope, but I almost like having that granular game option. I think that's cool. All right, let's see. Hikari mentioned something here. Let's take a look. Looking into an annoying regression of nested Gamescope with Steam input. Okay. Current workaround for us is essentially a nested Gamescope Steam. However, I went as far as playing around with nested Gamescope Session game mode. Ooh. That's pretty nice. Oh, hide vacant tags. Oh, yeah. I could actually do that. I've seen that, Vinny. I probably will add that patch to my DWM. Still a couple different patches I think I'll do. Either hide vacant patches, but I also thought about doing an alpha patch to where it just makes the icons like dim when they're not occupied. I also like that idea as well. Oh yeah, using Gamescope and Flatpak on Steam, I could totally see that being an issue. You could probably give the Flatpak a Steam writability to where that would work just fine. But I'd probably need to use something like Flat Seal if you run into that problem. You might go Flat Seal, and from Flat Seal you would have your Steam listed here, and I probably would come down and give it file system access and probably a few other permissions that Steam's missing so it could actually utilize Gamescope properly. Obviously, like the window managing system, you'd want these enabled. And I'm trying to think what else. Obviously, GPU acceleration. Anything else you think that it might be. I wouldn't check everything, but there are some things Steam might need and your Flatpak might be cutting off, and using Flat Seal to accomplish that, giving Steam a little more elevated privileges, I think would be a good idea. Oh, what do we got? We got a Rice. I made an old RuneScape LDDM login. Oh, that's awesome. You know, I never was a RuneScape player. I think it was after my time. I was an EverQuest player back in these days, back in my day, but 1999, 2000, I was definitely an EverQuest. So I never really got into RuneScape. That's cool though. I think that's a really cool LightDM theme. I think I might find another LightDM theme and kind of browse around a little bit. I'm sure there's some. I don't really use it very much except when I'm breaking my system to switch sessions. So oh no, you got hacked, your old Jagex account. That's awesome. Oh, I prefer action. Fair. A lot of RuneScape. Oh, man. All right, well, I think we're going to shut it down for today, y'all. This was a fun one. I kind of wanted to mess around with Gamescope a lot, just kind of get a little bit better understanding, because I really haven't used Gamescope. And I remember when I was in Bazite, I really liked their implementation of Gamescope. It does make a difference in games. I think the easiest implementation you can do is just install Gamescope and then configure it on a game-by-game basis. Even if that means you're typing in the same stuff in all the different games, I like that implementation better than necessarily nesting Steam inside of Gamescope. I didn't necessarily like that solution that much. If it was like a dedicated home theater PC, you could create like a session in Arch and do it that method. I didn't want to do that, mainly because, well, I probably would never use it. So that was my main rationale behind everything I did today. I did want to try them all out, and I thought it was kind of fun. But yeah, after all that, I'm kind of like, eh. All right, one more, and then we're out of here. One last rice. Ooh, that's cool. You got your users over here. You got that. You got your selection for your. That's pretty slick. Accounts. Wow. A LightDM WebKit too. I think a lot of the ricing community has really gone kind of ham with LightDM. I like it a lot better than SDDM. After today's SDDM woes, I'm kind of like, I'm out. I think I'm going to just go LightDM from now on. Wow. That's cool. Wow. I think I will try that out. All right, y'all. Have a great one. See you guys on Thursday, probably. Tomorrow I'm going to be making some videos. We'll probably do, I think I'll probably end up doing a bash script video because a lot of people have been asking about that, and I've been meaning to update my stuff. And then Thursday, probably do Windows on Thursday. I think I merged a bunch of PRs, but we didn't do a main branch merge, which I've been meaning to do. I didn't quite get around to it this last time around, so that's it. Is LightDM still maintained? I don't know. LightDM GitHub. Let's see. Was it Canonical that made LightDM? The devil made it? It looks like it's still maintained. Last commit was 3 weeks ago. Really? LightDM is still canonical. Learn something new every day. But they're maintaining it even though that they've moved on to GNOME? Wow. That's a shock. The devil themselves maintain one of the greatest display managers out there. Well, there you go. Sometimes the devil does stuff right. LightDM. Amazing. Probably it is my favorite display manager. It just is. Canonical is just weird sometimes. I agree. And in this instance, I will say I'll give them props. I love LightDM. I like it better than GDM. I like it better than SDDM. It's one of those things. So, all right, y'all. YouTube. I'm gonna go ahead and let you guys go over there. Anybody watching?